Hello, my absolutely beautiful Libra friends, and welcome to your horoscope for September of 2023, where I get to say, Libra, happy birthday. Coming mid-month, we're going to start Libra season. So I'm telling you, before we get there, I really hope that you have taken the Virgo season time to rest, to rejuvenate yourself, to make some peace with bringing last year's energy to a close and getting prepared to see what you'd like the new energy to be as you're going to travel through your new annual year. I mean, what an exciting time. Now, we've also got Venus, the ruling planet, coming direct right as we're coming into the month. We've got Mercury coming direct, and Jupiter is going to head into a retrograde. So lots going on this month, but most importantly, I really truly want to bring your attention to the vibration shift of not just birthday time for you, but also the fact that we are just about 8 weeks out from the eclipse energies, okay? They're rolling in October, and something that I really want to call your attention to this month is to feel out your space now in your physical body. Put your feet on the floor, just let the room be quiet, breathe, listen to the sounds around you, and check in the vibrations of your body. So that way, as we inch towards the eclipse energies in October and things start to change, you can even feel and detect the vibration in your body, right? This is going to give you some clues to help you out in how to physically and somatically navigate the eclipses and these beautiful changes that are coming. Libra, a portion of the nodes that are already active are working in your sign, working all around you and your relationships. So let me tell you what, I know some changes are afoot, and I feel like you are all the better for them. All right, beautiful Libras, let's get in here and talk about what's going on this month. So first of all, on the 3rd, we've got Venus coming direct in the energy of Leo. So Venus is going to come direct at 12 degrees, and we've been watching this eclipse from 12 degrees to 28 degrees. I should say 28 to 12, okay? So between those degree points is really where we've been watching. Now, in the energy of Leo, man, Libra, I really feel like your friendship group has gotten a recharge, looking at your social group, looking at your tribe, looking at organizations that you've been connecting to, looking to old dreams or aspirations that you had for yourself that maybe in 2015 you were taking that for granted, or maybe in 2015 you couldn't make a different decision to really let your light shine, to have long-standing friendships and organizational contacts, to be connected to them. And now during this Venus retrograde, which you've really been working on since June 19th, I think you've started to pull back that veil a little bit and look at these friends. Look at, your social groupings. Look at your real dreams and aspirations and your visions and what your personal needs are in order to achieve those things. I think some real clarity and real shine and boldness has come with this. Now, we saw the retrograde begin on July 22nd. So start your track back at June 19th, then look at July 22nd. Of course, on the 3rd, Venus is direct, but we're not fully out of the Venus retrograde cycle until we get to October 7th, which is absolutely brilliant because we're also going to see Mercury coming direct this month, but we don't really get to the end of Venus and Mercury, all of this new information that's available, until we get to the end of the month. So just kind of keep that in mind, but know that the friendship zone has likely made some changes, okay? On the 4th, Jupiter is turning retrograde in the energy of Taurus. So right here at 5 degrees of Taurus, which we've been watching Jupiter's travels from 15 to 5 degrees of Taurus, lighting up your 8th house space. Okay, when Jupiter is traveling direct, now keep in mind, please, Libra, if Jupiter is retrograde in your chart, instead of calling you in, this has really been a time of calling you out. That's what it's going to be as Jupiter takes this retrograde. It's like a homecoming for you, So I want you to keep that in mind and take a look at your own natal chart and see if you've got Jupiter retrograde or direct in your own chart, because that will tell you how to use this interpretation to either go in or know that you have good timing to go out, okay? But as Jupiter is taking this retrograde in Taurus, in your 8th house, in the place of, intimacy and assets, deep relationships, intimacy, you see into me, money, joint resources. And sometimes the joint resource we have is with our pain, with our trauma, with our deep love and passion for what we're studying, like astrology or healing or things like that, or sex, right? These come from the 8th house space, things that have to do with deep resources in partnerships that we are connected to. As Jupiter was traveling through this area, there was a big expansion that could have become available, a goal, a mission, a plan, a direction, something. I want to go this way. Now, depending on what that was, Jupiter's in Taurus. Have you been having all the pleasure in the world? You've been eating, you've been drinking, you've been, doing what you do to the max, because sometimes that's what it can look like. Have you been spending a lot, creating a lot of debt? Have you been creating karmic debt out in these streets? Okay, whatever that is, has the Dharma payment come through where it's like, man, I must have done a lot of things really right. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, there's been a little bit of an excess of it. Now, what's available for you is to re-look at the plan and the goal all the way until we get to December of this year. And we'll see the final closeout, the reduction of extravagance and excess as we get into March of 2024, okay? On the 14th, we've got a new moon happening for you at 21 degrees of Virgo. So this will light up the 12th house space for you. Now, in the 12th house has got a lot going on over there. It's all of the things that are hidden. We can't really see them, but it is a place of letting go. So I love this before birthday time for you, because it's like, bring it to culmination, bring it to transcend above it, bring it to transition. What has made its fulfillment, and it's time for you to kind of withdraw and move in a different direction. So in the 12th house and with Virgo energy, you have got the gift of discernment. What is coming up in your emotional sensitivity that is like, I don't need to hold on to this anymore. This doesn't help me develop into my next best self. This is not me being of service. This is time to check in on your social life and your spiritual life, So what does that look like? Do you have a spiritual life and practice that will, first of all, is fulfilling you, right? Is filling the cup when you tap in, but also does your spiritual practice, can it sustain you into this next year? Or, is there a place of empathy and forgiveness that you're practicing at this time so that you can let it go and move into your next annual year feeling good, feeling like the very best that you can be, which is the vibration of Virgo. Let me help this be the very best that it can be, because when it's the best that it can be, it can really, be of really delicious service. So plant your seeds of intention at this time. What do you want to begin in your 12th house? Do you want to start a research project? Do you want to work on something behind the scenes? Are you getting sober? Are you working on a spiritual retreat? What are you doing in that 12th house arena that can really help you shed what you don't need and wear the world like a loose garment for this next year? All right, on the 15th, to help make some decisions about what to shed, we've got Mercury coming direct in that energy of Virgo, and it's coming direct at 8 degrees. Now, we have traveled from 21 to 8 degrees of Virgo. So you've been re-looking at, remaking some decisions, reconsidering, reviewing, revising things in the 12th house. Now, sometimes it is as easy as, you're going back to your spiritual program, asking yourself some questions and revising it. You're literally going back doing paperwork in your 12th house. You're reviewing something in a research project, whatever it is, you're hearing from someone from the past. Mercury has been retrograde, so things from the past could have come up, absolutely. Now moving forward, you have the opportunity to see things with a little bit more clarity. Now, I don't think that the full meal deal, the full clarity is there, like I said, until we get to September 30th and we see Mercury leave that post-retrograde shadow time, okay? Now, the 23rd, bada bing, happy birthday. Very excited for you. I love birthday time. I'm an astrologer. I love birthday time. So happy birthday, Libra. This is your chance to do you. Put you out there. But remember, we've got the nodes also traveling through Libra and Aries. So this really is a sign as the sun is traveling through you, is like, where are you in your own being? that allows you to go out into the world and create the interdependencies, not the codependencies, that are going to help you sustain. Because part of the journey of being a Libra is realizing the honesty of, I can only go so far. I need to, in this lifetime, practice partnering, but I need to practice and negotiate, the compromise of partnering in a way where I also don't create so much peace that I lose myself, because it creates indecision and imbalance. So happy birthday. Go out there, take yourself out. If it's time to adjust the look, if you're feeling like that, the ruling planet is out of retrograde. So you could really be debuting something very different, okay? Now, as we're going to close out this month on the 29th, we have got a full moon happening at 6 degrees of Aries, of course, lighting up the 7th house space. Now, the full moon is asking us to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment. Okay, so we're trying to strike a little bit of balance, which is interesting because Aries, the energy of like the I do it this way, is in your we department, right? It's the we polarity for you. So it's this interesting place where you're going to look at, where do I need to not only kind of come to this balance? We need to have that balance of the me and the we, but we're really capable under the full moon of seeing where the imbalance is at, right? Like with this significant person or this significant conscious chosen partnership in my life, or with this person or this idea that used to be an adversary, including yourself. You could have been your own adversary, and you have a chance as you're coming into birthday time to say, I'm not going to treat me like that. Me, and me are all going to be on the same page. I'm going to offer forgiveness. I'm going to offer beauty. I'm going to offer courage, right? That's a very Aries kind of energy, to negotiate the compromise of the we that you're going to see is potentially somehow out of balance. Now, it also is a phenomenal opportunity. Having looked at the way the energies have traveled over this last year, for you to have your garden weeded, right? The people who don't need to be there, the old ideas, the old organizations, the old aspirations, they've been cut out. Now there is space for these beautiful, conscious, chosen, significant new relationships that can be one-on-one. And this person, these connections are special. They are important to you. They are significant. So if you are ready, make sure you weed the garden, because you can't invite the new in if something old is sitting in its place. So keep that in mind at this full moon. Happy birthday, my beautiful Libra friends. I hope you have a gorgeous month. Please let me know how things are going for you. Let me know the difference between, this last year. How have you changed? Look back 2 years ago. What's changed for you, and how is that affecting where you want to go as you're stepping into this annual solar return that you're going to have? All right, my beautiful friends, have a gorgeous month. I love you, and I'll see you next month.